Welcome to the Intuitive Therapist Podcast with Janis Cohen, therapist, clairvoyant, empath, and medium. Listen in as she takes a no-nonsense deep dive into real human struggles and how to resolve them. Janis will share channeled information from her spirit guide team, as well as the angels and archangels, to help you master your emotional, physical, financial, and spiritual destiny. And now, Janis Cohen.
Hey y'all, this is Janis Cohen, the Intuitive Therapist, here on the Intuitive Therapist Podcast. You know, there are far too many of us who play by the rules and who don't trust the burning truth inside of us that we're made for more. We think that if we do things the way everybody else does, following what's expected of us, that it'll just play out fine and it'll work out like it works out for them. But in fact, the truth is, nothing that we do the way others do them is right for us. Only what we know inside our soul that is as right and good and on point is what is important for us to do. And I don't know about you, I'm sure there's so many of us out there that have spent your life getting to know yourself. I have, and I've tried to figure out what the truth is about me. And I spent most of my life trying to figure out who I am within my family system. I've spent most of my life trying to figure out how to play it safe, because that's what I was taught to do, while I've really wanted, when what I've really wanted to do is not give a flying fuck about what anybody thinks and just do my own thing. And one thing I've realized in the course of me doing me authentically, finally over the years, is that what other people think of me has nothing to do with me. That if I say words that touch a nerve in you or anybody else, that other people's sense of comfort is not my concern. In fact, I wouldn't be living the truth of who I am if all I did was comply and please. I would be living a lie. Today's podcast episode is about the thing you owe yourself. And in the process of gathering my thoughts about this topic, I've had to take time to reflect on what I owe me. Intellectually, and I'm sure you can, answer this question: what do I owe myself? And I can say I owe myself every freaking thing that my heart desires. And then my ego steps in and says, wait a minute, wait. You're going to do that? Oh no, you can't do that. That's not in your lane. That's not following the rules. You can't have that. It's too expensive. It's too time consuming. It's not best for everyone around you. Oh my gosh, you may upset somebody. It's too big of a project to take on. You can't do that. It's going to be overwhelming. Just stick to what you know. You just need to stay in your lane and be good and do things the right way. Well, what the fuck is the right way? The right way is what my heart tells me to do, in spite of what my ego tells me. And inside each of us, our heart will tell us what to do. Each of us has a dream that's the most amazing dream you could ever dream of, knowing that it would give you the most fulfilling life you could ever have, right? I wonder what your most amazing life looks like. You see, each day I sit in my office and I look around. I love my office. It's beautiful. And I see little notes I've placed strategically so that I can remember certain grounding messages. And I've done this for years because I hear things a lot from other people, or even things that I've channeled that are important for me to remember when I hit my slumps, or when I trip over myself and I feel lost or confused or disconnected from source. I am the queen of having sticky notes and tape. I have them in my car, in my bathroom, in my office, in the kitchen, everywhere, so that I can remember certain things. And so I have these messages like, I say yes to any and all opportunities. What would my future self do right now? I trust in the magic of life to fulfill my desires. I let go of worry, fear, limiting beliefs, and embrace the magic of life. I expect miracles to occur. And in the process of growing into myself, I found that I'm focusing more on just me and what I owe myself rather than what I owe anybody else, because truly, that doesn't ever pay off. And I owe it to myself to keep doing new things and testing my limits and overcoming my fears. And so do you. I owe it to myself to speak up when I feel something is off, anytime and anywhere and with anyone. And so do you. I owe it to myself to keep my dreams front and center and totally alive, in spite of what my ego says, in spite of what anybody else fucking says to me about what I can and can't do. And so do you. I owe it to myself to dream so big that those dreams seem next to impossible to my mind and ego, but they are so real to my heart and my soul. I owe it to myself to be a consistent student and then to teach what I've learned. And so do you. I owe it to myself to ask questions when others stay silent, not worrying about challenging the status quo or upsetting the apple cart. And so do you. I owe it to myself to take risks to gain clarity, because action always creates clarity. And so do you. I owe it to myself to do my life in my own way and have fun while I'm scared shitless. And so do you. What do you think you owe to yourself? I wonder about that. What have you sacrificed in the name of playing it safe? What do you want to have in your life that you don't yet? What does your future self show you about what you've overcome and what is already existing out there for you that you can now just relax into? Knowing that it's there, knowing that your future self already knows how life is going to play out and that you're going to be just fine. Would you stay in that job, that relationship, that constraining circumstance, knowing how drastically how different your life would be if you were to live into what you owe yourself? If you knew you couldn't fail, what would you be doing right now because you owe it to yourself? Who would you be if you gave yourself everything you know you deserved? You see, the time is now to claim all that you want without disbelief or doubt. And that's one thing that I'm making more solid in my life, that knowingness, that belief, that it's time to claim what I want and trust that the universe has got my back. You see, what you owe yourself is only what you know you have yet to give yourself. You have dreams inside of you that you really want to achieve, but your ego steps in and you're like, nah, I got to worry about what other people think. What are they going to say about me? How are they going to judge me? What will it do to my current relationships, my current reputation? What will change in my life if I decide to give myself what I owe myself? That's all fear-based. And you see, the choice is this. Fear is only alive as long as you keep it alive. You've all heard that. It's like, which part of you are you gonna fuel? That part of you that is scared and scared of taking risks, and that part of you that worries that you'll fail, or that part of you that knows that you've got a winner inside of you. You see, the choice is yours, whatever you feed. The choice is yours to give you what you want, even if it's scary, even if it's new, unknown. If you play in the lanes that others have chalked for you, or are you going to start zigzagging your way through life on your terms? Again, that's your choice. So what do you owe yourself that you haven't given to yourself? Is it a day to rest? Is it an opportunity to sit in front of your computer or write in your journal about that book? Is it a chance to work on yourself, to travel somewhere where you haven't been, to just be kind to yourself? Like I said, you give yourself the right to rest, the right to do something completely out of character, the right to dream crazy, big fucking dreams and expect and know that they will come true because your soul does. You owe it to yourself to do whatever lights your soul up right now in this moment. And I need to hear it as much as I'm telling it to you. So when you do that, well, you're stepping into the truth of who you are. And trust me when I tell you that whenever you feed your soul like that, the universe always has a high return on your investment. So again, I ask you, what do you know you owe yourself? Right? Take time, write things down, lean into your heart and your soul and your dreams, because you will never have a sense of fulfillment if you stay in the lanes that other people chalk out for you. I hope this has been helpful today, and I wish you a blessed day, a wonderful week, and as always, live intuitively.
Thanks for listening to The Intuitive Therapist. If you like what you heard, the best compliment you can give us is to share this podcast with a friend, and be sure to give us some stars and a favorable review at Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen in.